So hold on just a second, guys. Getting everything set up here real quick, and then we will get episode 4 underway. What is going on, Panda? Welcome to the stream, brother. Let's doing this last little bit here. All right, guys, welcome back. Episode 4, Friday Night Smackdown, coming to you live. Before we get started, let's take a quick look at our matchups tonight. There is going to be a lot of titles on the line tonight, and there will be for Raw as well, and then it will get a little more normal. Tonight will be a little bit more normal, but we still have a lot of titles to decide. So tonight, the Men's Universal Championship will be on the line. Women's Triple Crown television title on the line tonight. These were fought for, but they were fought for to a draw. So tonight, the Usos will be taking on the New Age Outlaws to determine who is going to be our rebranded SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Hardcore title, brand new version on the line tonight. Braun Strowman is our champion. We'll be carrying down that new version. Women's tag titles on the line. A brand new title, the Universal Divas title on the line tonight. A newly formed tag team of Kamikaze Von Doom and Strudel on the line, as well as Eagle Star getting his very first World Championship shot. That all happens right now. So the Horsemen and the Horsewomen, big night tonight again. Last Friday night SmackDown, they could not cash in. Will their luck change tonight? That's what we're going to be seeing. And that's what we're going to have to be keeping an eye on. Some slightly new looks when they walk down to the ring. As far as their manager's attire goes.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Universal World Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring, Frank D. Representing the Four Horsemen from Wolverhampton, England, weighing in at 247 pounds,
Robbo making his way down to the ring, getting escorted down by O'Totes himself. Making sure there is no funny business going on in the Horsemen. Now, last year, Chris Jericho was our Universal Champion. Title has been vacated, but can Jericho retain the Universal Championship here tonight? Jericho, of course, now a member of the Hart Foundation.
And his opponent, representing Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 233 pounds, Chris Jericho.
Now you can tell Chris Jericho wearing the old WCW Monday Night Jericho from way back in the day. Jericho doesn't care what brand he's on. He'll rep whatever he feels like repping. But Jericho beat Goldberg not one time. Beat him once to win that Universal Championship. Goldberg came back later, tried to get the championship back from him, and Jericho beat him again. Will the head of the Horseman, Robbo, be able tonight to get that title off of him? Hey, what's going on, McWayne? Welcome to the stream. There is no music. I can hear the music, but there's no music when it broadcasts because it will be copyright. So we don't need any copyrights going on, so unfortunately no music. One day maybe they'll change that, but as of now, it is what it is. But look at this title, slightly different. It's not like old Goldie's sitting right here. This actually has a lot of silver highlights inside of it. But Universal Championship, the biggest title that the men can possibly get on the line right now. You know, tonight there's going to be a lot of horsemen, a lot of horsewomen in a lot of these matches. Is the leader of the Horsemen going to be able to get off to a quick start, or will Jericho retain the Universal Championship? So far, looked like Jericho is going to get off to a quick start, but right now, Robbo is in fact the one making the inroads and trying to bring home the championship title. Biggest title in the land, and you look at the likes of Roman Reigns, kind of figure Roman Reigns will be in this conversation soon enough, but Roman Reigns, the current Smackdown champion, Eagle Star, in the main event, will be going after that belt tonight. Now Jericho looked like he was getting things turned around, but Robbo spins out of that. Quick DDT, but look, Jericho's super quick back up to his feet. Starting to figure out Robbo's pretty quick back up to his feet too, and now starting to let it fly. Both of these guys will get up on top, and kind of landed awkward, but still landed that elbow right up on the shoulder of Robbo. Jericho never wanted to be afraid to use the entire arena, and a lot of times you've got to do that. Now, even though the belt is vacated, Jericho still was our last champion, and you cannot win the belt. Despite what this game might say, you cannot win the belt on a countout. Another thing that we noticed as of this last update, that is Robbo's finishing move, though. 1, 2, 3, and even with the slow count of the referee, who was probably knocked a little bit silly at some point in this match, Robbo does come away.
The Universal World Heavyweight Champion,
with his very first Universal title win. Now, we talk about it a lot. Robbo, Rowdy, and Totes had all won a world title before and held on to it and defended it 6 times. Rowdy and Totes have won the Universal title. Totes actually won it twice, probably the longest reigning Universal champion we have. And now Robbo can also add his name to that. So it goes back to, you have Robbo now, a multi-world championship title holder Rowdy the same. Totes the same. Eagle Star has never won a world championship. He gets his first shot at that tonight. So it'll be really interesting to see if he can do that. That's one of the things I kind of like about this year's edition.
It's scheduled for one fall, and it's for the Women's Triple Crown Television Championship. Making her way to the ring from Leeds, England, the Legend Killer, Jane.
Kind of the neater thing about the game this year is we have seen a lot of long matches. Long matches. Especially, just refer to Wednesday Night Stampede. We had a lot of long matches in that one. But it is possible in this game to see some quick matches, and that was a pretty quick match. Really thought that one was going to go on a lot longer. Doesn't, however, but still. At the end, it remains the same. Robbo is our new Universal Champion.
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel Rodriguez has been compared to the likes of a younger Chyna. Will she be able to show that off tonight and capture her very first title? This is the first time we've got to see Raquel Rodriguez in action. So pretty interesting. What is going on, Eagle Star? Welcome to the stream, brother. Look at the flex, getting the big O flex in there, trying to maybe get in the head of Jane a little bit and say, hey, look, I'm going to bring the power. Can you stop me? Now, our last Women's World Television Champion was, in fact, Jane. Can Jane retain this television title? This is the only Triple Crown title that the women have. And the reason for that is not talent. But the reason for that actually comes down to there are a lot more male wrestlers than female wrestlers, and they're just not enough to have the same title structure as the men. Speaking of which, it is being discussed amongst all the GMs. We don't know, remember, we don't know who the GMs of these shows are as of yet. That is being held under wraps. But I have been told that it is being discussed right now between all the GMs to actually suspend the NXT women's division completely and hold a draft to draft the women that are in NXT onto the three major brands to help bolster the women's division. Now, is that going to happen? We don't know, but we do know there are 2 or 3 pretty strong tag teams in there. There are a couple very strong singles competitors at the NXT level just waiting for their chance to be called up. So when does that happen? Does that happen in the next week or so? Does it happen later? Who knows when it happens, but I do know it's being discussed, may not even happen. It is being discussed, so something to keep an eye on as we move forward in Season 4. Raquel Rodriguez really kind of getting the better of the Legend Killer right now, but that isn't uncommon that Jane gets off to a slow start. It doesn't matter how fast of a start you get off to if you finish strong, right? But Raquel right now kind of dominating the match. Thought Jane was going to get that turned around. Now Raquel dropping the elbow once and twice. 3 times a lady. 3 big elbows from Raquel. Jane gets to her feet quick, but Raquel sees her coming. Thought she was going for the pin right there, but doesn't. Jane rolls out. Something we don't normally see, not really a part of her offense. Raquel going to the top and double axe handle off the top rope, and you know that's twice as far to get down to the ground when somebody is on the outside of that ring. Now Jane starting to fight back, misses that kick, which turns into a mistake. Look at the sheer power of Raquel Rodriguez, though. Raquel now giving the taunts, got up into the ring. Kind of a smart move, but look at this. Jane grabs her, and that is going to reset the referee's count. Jane now climbing up into the ring to try to gain the advantage over Raquel. And looks like she does. Can she maintain this and get this match turned back around? Oh, move that you often see Totes do. Jane now putting that in her repertoire. Looked like she missed the first one. It gets stuck, but she comes back with the second. 1-2 combo there. So Jane actually pretty hard to beat in singles matches, but right now playing it up to the crowd, and Raquel Rodriguez thought she would have more butterflies than this, does not seem to be letting it affect her in her debut match on Smackdown. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3, and it looks like we're just full of some quick matches tonight so far. That match also going a little bit faster than I thought. What is going on, Jane? Welcome to the stream. No problem. Appreciate you stopping in. So Raquel Rodriguez getting a big win in her debut match. Now the Women's Triple Crown Television Champion. That kind of goes to show you a little bit of stuff, though, on just how powerful she is. Those moves that she does are very high impact, and you can kind of start to see the reasons why she's drawing that comparison to maybe an early Chyna. Speaking of Chyna now here to take on the current SmackDown Women's Champion, Judge Julie Justice, who is also a member of the Four Horsewomen. No title on the line tonight, but I am sure Chyna, a member of DX, is going to want to kind of prove that she should be the next one in line to get that title shot.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the Four Horsemen from Stillwater, the Judge, Julie Justice.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe she is not the world title. It is not around her waist. Thought she was, but I've been known to be wrong once or twice. Now, what is crazy, though, I don't think I'm wrong because that's not her normal entrance. That's actually her title entrance. We just didn't see the tag belt or the title belt around her waist.
And representing D-Generation X from Redondo Beach, California, the ninth wonder of the world, Chyna.
Very unique entrance. One of the cooler entrances actually in the game. Chyna now making her way down to the ring. Chyna, most notable for being really one of the only female wrestlers to actually compete in the men's division. Not only compete, but also win the men's Intercontinental title belt. Stuff that you don't see nowadays. What is going on, Digital? Welcome to the stream, brother. So, quick night so far. First two matches actually went a lot faster than I thought they would. Is this match going to follow in that same vein, or Is this about to be a war? I don't know. And I'm going to tell you what, after seeing Wednesday Night Stampede, those were some long matches. One of the longer shows we've had in a long time. But so far tonight, the pacing of the show has been fast. We talk about the pacing of matches, but you combine those first two matches, and it has been pretty quick. Thing is about this, you've got two ladies pretty equal in size, pretty equal in strength. You know, at the time when Chyna was like at her peak, she was one of the few of that. That's why she was wrestling in the men's division. But now the women's division, a lot more talent, a lot more physically gifted athletes. So now just competing in that division. Can she prove tonight that she should be the next one in line for Judge Julie's title? Judge trying to prove that she isn't. Even though there's no title on the line tonight, still some big implications in this match, to be sure. We'll see you later, Jane. Have a good day at work. So a lot of times with a lot of these matches we have talked about where you cannot win a title. Well, good news here. You can still win a match. And no title is on the line tonight. Really, only the last few titles do we have to figure out. In between Raw and Smackdown, we will probably have those figured out by then. Brand new title on the line tonight, one that hasn't been seen as of yet. And that is going to be the Universal Women's Diva Championship. That is going to serve a lot like the $1 Million Championship does for the guys. Be that second tier down, that step to the world title. Chyna now getting things turned back around. She has been kind of dominated this match. And now looked like she was starting to make a comeback. Still is looking like it. And you know the outside of this ring, the great equalizer, that'll get you caught up in a hurry. And that's kind of the thing, you know, if it was reversed back around, Chyna was off to a fast start, you'd kind of be worried about Judge Julie Justice. But Chyna, with all of her experience, not as worried about Chyna kind of getting off to a slow start, knowing that she knows how to make a comeback. But look at that, the Judge staying on top. You can see the Judge now starting to get maybe a little bit wobbly. Maybe Chyna's offense now starting to have an impact on the Judge. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And Chyna kicks out with authority. Kicks out in 2. That's an interesting tag team right there. One of Chyna's signature moves. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And you could see she had grabbed the rope. You could see the rope was grabbed. But the referee, who was in position, still counted her out. Look at the referee here. Now, some interesting things, too. Some things that we hadn't talked about. Is there has been some injuries And I kind of wonder, with the way Chyna's walking out of the ring, if Chyna might have been hurt in that match as well. Somehow, I just don't think that matchup is over. Now, speaking of injuries, on Wednesday Night Stampede, Grady and Jade Cargill were hurt, suffering abdominal type injuries, torso injuries. So something to keep an eye on. And maybe one of the reasons why the match was so fast tonight, Chris Jericho actually suffered an injury going back to the very first episode. So that might have been a reason. He was wrestling a little bit handicapped tonight, but
the following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Smackdown Tag Team Championship. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 493 pounds, Jimmy Uso and Jey Uso, the Bloodline.
now the interesting thing is when you suffer an injury in the game, it does have effects on you. And suffering injuries like torso injuries like these three wrestlers have all suffered, it actually takes away 5 attribute points from your strength and from your submission move. So it's quite significant. Even though they call it a minor injury right now, it is still quite significant. And maybe that's why tonight Jericho chose not to kick out. Maybe he thought that he was going to suffer a greater chance of injury. So the New Age Outlaws making their way down to the ring right now.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 516 pounds, the New Age Outlaws.
Although they are coming out to the wrong motion, but that is neither here nor there. New Age Outlaws, members of D-Generation X. Remember, Shawn Michaels and Triple H have won the Universal Tag Team Championships. Can the New Age Outlaws bring home a second pair of tag team titles tonight by winning the SmackDown Tag Team titles? Now, if you remember back in episode 1, the Usos and the Four Horsemen went after these titles, but the Usos won on a countout, so no titles changed hands. They actually didn't win the title belts, and so the title belts, the last major brand titles that is still left vacated, are on the line right now. What is going on, Rowdy? Welcome to the stream, brother. Now, the only thing is when you have a manager, I wish that if let's say the Four Horsemen, I don't know, Totes came down with Robbo like happened, I just wish it wouldn't, if I was in the manager role, it wouldn't show like we were a tag team coming down to the ring, that it would still be Robbo's entrance and me as a tag team. Now, here we go. Jimmy Uso flying through the ropes. He is one of the bigger guys to be able to do that, but look at this. Billy Gunn gets back up to his feet, and with a quickness. But then again, so does Jimmy. Gets Billy thrown back in the ring, tries to get in to maintain the advantage, but Billy. So these guys are just going back and forth, back and forth. Every time you think one of them is going to kind of separate himself from the other one. They don't. So Billy Gunn, making a mistake that a lot of tag teams make against the Usos, does a move and thought that it was going to keep Jimmy down. Jimmy back to his feet quickly. Then tries to take Billy off of his feet, but doesn't do it. Now, you can tell Bill Gunn, William Gunn, trying to get the Road Dogg in. But Jimmy kind of blocking his way. Only a 1 count, and look at Jay duck underneath the grab of the Road Dogg, and that gives his brother a chance to regain the advantage back in this match. Even rolling outside did not help Billy Gunn. And now the Usos looking like they're about to be crowned the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. But Billy Gunn again kicks out at 2. Is this going to be the Uso drop coming up? It is not. Looked like a crossbody. And the one weakness the New Age Outlaws always seemed to have was playing it up to the crowd. It seemed like if they were playing it up to the crowd, it was typically at the most inopportune times, and then that's how you'd sneak in your wins. Road Dogg now trying to get back over to his own corner. Billy Gunn realizing he is way too big to try to be jumping that far. Jimmy now getting over, getting Jay tagged in. Billy Gunn looked like he was going to tag out, but decided he'd hang out for a bit. He'll hang out and go at it with Jey Uso. Jey Uso, Mr. Main Event, looking to see if he can bring home the SmackDown Tag Team Championships to the Bloodline. So Solo not wrestling tonight, but if Roman Reigns can retain the World Championship, the World SmackDown Championship tonight, and the Usos could win gold, that'll be going a long way to say who is the top faction in or on the SmackDown brand. Now here we go. Usos now starting to feel it. Starting to get some of these quick tags in and out. Are they going to start double teaming though? That would be the question. Now that was a very interesting move. It didn't even look like Road Dogg was, getting ready to rest at that half position. So that was a very, very well-timed mid-kick right to the face of Road Dogg. And here we go already. Little partner assisted. Not even assisted. More like trying to do a stunt. Road Dogg says he has had enough. Gets Billy Gunn back in. But look at this. Jay starting to pump it up. But Billy Gunn gets it turned back around quickly. So tag titles on the line tonight. This is another one of those episodes where, we are seeing a lot of title matches, but it won't be the norm moving forward. We will see title matches, of course, on every single episode of everything, but it won't be as many, and all the matches won't be title matches. You know what I mean? Looking like the New Age Outlaws kind of in a really bad position. Seriously, need to get things turned back around. That was a smart move right there by Road Dogg, slowing down Billy Gunn and keeping him as an active participant in this match, not letting him roll out of the ring and take himself essentially out of the match for at least the next 30 seconds to 1 minute, which in a tag team match seems like an eternity. Now this is exactly what needs to start happening. New Age Outlaws now starting to get in some double team moves of their own. Billy Gunn played it up to the crowd. Probably didn't even see Jimmy get tagged in. Jimmy now takes him into the ropes and right on back down on top of his head. But look at this. It has amazed me how fast a lot of these wrestlers are recovered. Big mistake right there by Billy Gunn. Billy Gunn was in control. Goes to reach for Jimmy. Misses. And now Jimmy getting ready. Looked like he was getting ready to do something bad in that corner to Billy Gunn. Instead, Billy Gunn, huge clothesline. And what a save. What a save by Jimmy to keep Billy in this match. But maybe he might not have wanted to done that. Billy Gunn hits him with the Famouser. Didn't even know her. Looks like his leg is underneath the rope. And again, these referees, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to point it out now. We've had 3 different referees in all of these matches.
Here are your winners, the New Age Outlaws.
But regardless, New Age Outlaws are your brand new tag team champions. But that is the 3rd missed rope grab that I have seen in 4 episodes. 2 happening in back-to-back. Referee is going to need to get some glasses, I think, or at least go get his prescription checked out. All of them. But now you're looking at D-Generation X, who actually holds 2 sets of the tag team title belts. And we've seen Totes' manager look. We're about to see Robbo's manager look as he brings Rowdy down to the ring to face off against the monster among men, Braun Strowman, with the brand new, newly designed Triple Crown Hardcore title on the line. Robbo has already made it a big night for the Horsemen, no matter what happens. Can Rowdy add to it?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Triple Crown Hardcore Championship.
Definitely something we can look into for sure. Look at that. Robbo bring it down. Says, look, I am the Universal World Champion. Just won that belt tonight. Was back in the locker room getting changed and decided, hey, let me bring this out to the ring with me. Now, I'm very excited about the brand new, newly designed Hardcore Champion. Can Rowdy bring that home tonight with the 4 Horsemen? You know, Rowdy's a big guy, but look at this guy. That guy's too big, can't even put the belt around his waist, has to just carry it on down to the ring. But it looks like a very fitting championship title for the likes of a Braun Strowman. I'd also started to hear some rumbles about an underground championship where some of the wrestlers on all the shows are looking to maybe form a tournament and have their own title belt. So something we'll keep an eye on. It won't be a sanctioned thing, but something to keep an eye on moving forward.
Introducing the challenger from New York, weighing in at 304 pounds, the Enforcer, Rowdy Hart. And his opponent from Sherrilsford, North Carolina, weighing in at 385 pounds, he is the Triple Crown Hardcore Champion,
Braun Strowman, hardcore champion. You know, the thing that kind of blows my mind is he makes that title belt look little. Like, if you were to buy that belt and he was holding on to it, it'd be like, no, I need a normal-sized title belt. I didn't order the kid's-sized title belt. Now look at it. Already looks bigger. So not too many men in wrestling are going to make Rowdy look small, but Rowdy looks like he might be a luchador. Really muscular luchador, but a luchador nonetheless. So Rowdy is going to have to use, where normally he's using pure strength, he is going to have to try to take advantage of his speed. Even if it's just a little quicker than Braun Strowman, he is going to have to stay a step ahead of him, because you just don't want that guy getting his paws on you. Rowdy now going to the top rope, telling Braun to get up. Is he going to be able to connect with this? Does. And that's one of the things to help generate a little bit more power. One of the things you're going to want to do is come off that top rope. Use the entire ring, the entire arena, do whatever you can do. And you can see Rowdy trying to stay one step ahead. Oh, that is exactly what we mean. Look, Rowdy telling the crowd, look, got to be thinking. Now, Rowdy went to kick him. Normally that kick goes right in the gut, but that looked like that might have been a little bit south of the border. Might have taken that kick not even to Mexico. Might have been more like Colombia. Now, Braun Strowman probably could care less. Because, again, we know title belts will not change hands. And Braun Strowman, look at this. Using that tactic, I thought maybe Robbo would stop it, but Robbo does not distract the referee. But Strowman had to be scared. You think for how fast that match was, Braun Strowman sweating quite a bit, so he was probably a little more nervous than he might have thought he was. But Rowdy, not able to bring home that title, ends up getting counted out in a very odd match that should have been a hardcore match. So I have a feeling that won't be the last time we see that. Oh, yeah, no DQ for sure. Which, honestly, it should have been. I've had some things going on with the game where I've had to change a bunch of stuff, and so I must have missed that. But we will make sure that we get that taken care of the next time. Yeah, I don't know, but that will probably be the last time you see it. Now, if you guys remember last time, Hart Foundation comes away with the win. Bella Twins, speaking of getting ropes grabbed the rope, but still get counted out. So rematch happening tonight for the Smackdown Women's Championship. But still a hard task. They are going to be faced with the Hart Foundation on the women's side, Pamela Hart and Holly H. Hart. Yeah, as soon as I saw that Hurricane Run, I was like, what in the heck is that? But those fall in a moveset. When it's on the outside of the ring, they fall under a different move set or set of moves. So just got to look at that and fix that. That's like even the big men want to go off the top rope every time somebody goes out of the ring. That's another thing I'm going to start looking at and tweaking. So Hart Foundation making their way down to the ring. Current SmackDown Women's Tag Team champions. Putting their titles on the line tonight. Now, how they won, maybe a little controversial. But they'll be able to set the record straight tonight.
Introducing the challengers, Nikki and Brie, the Bella Twins. And their opponents, they are the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Hart Foundation.
So again, it'll be pretty interesting if there is a shakeup. Now, while we don't know who the GMs of these brands are right now, that is something that is being kept under wraps. What we do know is that the GMs are talking about dissolving the NXT women's division, taking those women, having a draft and drafting those women onto the three brands. Right now, not really enough. You would almost, if they don't do that, another thing that could happen is no more women's European title holders, no more women's Intercontinental title, no more women's United or U.S. champion, and all you would have is the tag team and the world title in the women's division. Another possibility, something we're looking at. We will always have, though, the women's Triple Crown television title. Because you think about this, on the three brands, there is an average of 20 female competitors. So that's 60, right? There's 4 brands per title. Plus the Universal. That's 16 championships, 60 wrestlers. It's almost too much, really. So we'll have to see. We either have to increase the number of wrestlers or decrease the number of belts to make it more interesting. Rowdy was on top of it. I thought Rowdy was going to win too. And I think Braun Strowman thought Rowdy was going to win, so that's why he did what he did. Look at that. Bella Twins trying to show you why they are considered one of the better female tag teams of all time. Whoa, Pamela quickly back up to her feet now, starting to get things turned back around. Is she going to get... Thought she might have been getting one of the Bellas in the corner. Instead says, hey, let me get these squats in real quick. Let me try to get these squats in. Because of my travel time, I missed gym time, so I have to get these squats in on you. Look at Pamela blocking Nikki, kind of admiring her work. But look, Nikki back to her feet. Pamela now getting Holly tagged in. So Holly and Bree getting after it for the first time. Holly immediately, though, takes it onto the outside, misses the kick, and Bree is going to start to take advantage. The only bad part for Bree is she is on the wrong side of the ring. I think she kind of realizes that. She's like, hey, let's not press our luck here. Let's get back in this ring. And if I just take out Pam, then all the sides are the best sides. So this is something. This must have been a thing that they did. Because another new referee in the game. I can't remember if she was actually in the first match or not. I do remember who was in the second, though. So when the next match happens, we'll be able to see. Seemed like on Smackdown they were kind of rotating twos. This seems like they might be rotating threes. Kind of weird, though, in doing that, even though Bree took the brunt of that, that did give Nikki a chance. Although it doesn't seem to have worked now, but that did give Nikki a chance to get things switched back around so that she would be in control. Rolls up the leg, one, and only a one count. Holly is like, okay. Let's get Pamela Hart back in here then. If I'm only getting a one count. Now look at that. I mean, that's a big boot, but that's like a big boot because of how long her legs are. Pamela, though, says certainly didn't appreciate it. She blocked her from getting over there last time while she played it up to the crowd. Looks like she's blocking her this side, but look at this. Nikki gets around the side of her, gets Bree tagged in, and Bree should have went after it. Instead, gives Pamela a chance to figure out what's going on. Gets her up in a wheelbarrow face slam. And right now, Brie Bella on an island. Rolls out of the ring, but that just gives Pamela a chance to to tag out. Now, Brie still moving really quick, where Pamela is not. Looked like Holly had ducked the one move, but then Brie reaches out again, just like AT&T, to touch someone. And now has her locked in that half Boston Crab, but Holly does not give up. Now you can kind of tell, even though maybe the Bellas are moving a little bit quicker, they are not doing so well. Nikki now getting up to that top rope. comes off. Big elbow right on the chest. But Holly quickly spins out of the way, gets back in this thing. Hits her with the slam. Nikki trying to get back to her feet. Holly staying on the offense, staying right on top of the situation. And now gets her up and pile drives her. Is she going to go for the pin? She does. 1, 2. And Nikki kicks out in 2. I was going to say there is nobody around at the current time to save her. And Holly gets Pam tagged back in. Bree still down on the ground. Bree now starting to get back up to her feet. Starting to get up to her feet. Just for Pam to turn around and lock Nikki in the sharpshooter. But Bree there to break it up. Bree now going over to the other side. And then gets knocked down. And thought Pamela was going for the tag. Knocks her down too. Will this do it? Rolls the leg. Referee, while she might have been in position, did not realize what was going on. And Pamela Hart, 2 clotheslines, call her in the morning, retains the Smackdown Tag Team Championships.
Here are your winners, and still Smackdown Tag Team Champions, the Hart Foundation.
So Hart Foundation maintaining the Women's Smackdown Tag Team Championships tonight. Might have won them a little controversially, but there was no controversy tonight. 2 clotheslines brings home 2 title belts. That is crazy. We are missing a match tonight. But that is all right. Because now we are on to the 4 horsewomen and Charlotte Flair facing off against Bobbi Hart and the rest of the Hart Foundation to see who will be crowned our very first Universal Diva Championship. The Divas Championship in the Universal title structure lines up World title, Universal Divas title. Kind of the gateway drug to get to the Universal Women's Championship, which was just won by Miss Nightmare a couple nights ago. If you were wondering who had the referee in their pocket,
the following contest is scheduled for one.
There he is.
And is for the Universal Classic Championship. Making her way to the ring, representing the 4 horsemen from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair.
I've never seen this in my life. It'll be interesting to see if that referee is the referee in the match.
And accompanied by Natalia, representing the Hart Foundation from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Bobbi Hart.
So Bobbi Hart now making her way down to the ring, does not have a referee with her. Shocker. Making her way down the ring with Natalya. Natalya trying to make sure that nobody on the Four Horsewomen's side interfere with the match, trying to keep it on a level playing field. A lot on the line right now. But a lot on the line right now. Hart Foundation already holding the Smackdown Tag Team titles. And now the Universal Championship on the line as well, where you have the Four Horsewomen. Kind of the owners, not kind of, are the owners of the world title. But the interesting thing is, again, we haven't seen Judge Julie Justice actually bring the title belts out. So, interesting. Miss Charlotte Flair getting off to a quick start. Bobbi now trying to get it reversed back around, trying to get control of this match. You can see both women about the same size, so no real size advantage. So it might come down to who can generate the more power. Already getting a 2 count with that bridge pinning maneuver. Or it might come down to maybe a succession of moves. Who can get the moves off, paced correctly in the right order to maybe lead to a win. Now, one of the knocks against Charlotte Flair recently has been how much she likes to play it up to the crowd as one of the leaders of the Four Horsewomen. So Bobbi kind of getting in, having control early on in the match. Charlotte now trying to get it turned back around. And it's going to be moves like that that actually get it turned back around and possibly get her a win in this match. Right now, you can see really focusing on that lower back area of Bobbi Hart. Bobbi Hart's like, hey, stop. Charlotte's like, no. Gonna keep it going right here. Look, slide tackles, tries to take out that leg, and remember, especially in the case of Charlotte Flair, that's how she puts you in the figure 8. So if that leg hurts a little bit more, maybe that move becomes less effective. That is a way for Bobbi Hart to gain the advantage. The other thing is Bobbi Hart has the sharpshooter, so now you're looking at maybe a weakened leg, and that might not be it. Whoa! Crazy slam, pin, 1, 2. And Charlotte Flair kicks out at 2, trying to get back to her feet quickly. Bobbi can't even believe it. You can see the look on her face of what just happened. DDT rolls up the leg, and Charlotte again out in 2. Now, so far tonight, we haven't seen any of the managers interfere in any way, shape, or form. Is that going to change in this match at all? Charlotte quickly rolls out of the way, but Bobbi trying to duck her gets put right into those ropes. Charlotte now taking advantage of that little window of opportunity she had, and now putting the old elbows right to the old scunion of Bobbi Hart. Right over the top rope, no running necessary. Cross body onto Bobbi Hart, down. Ducked Wow, ducked that clothesline and puts her right back in this submission. This submission hold really lends itself really well to the figure 8 leg lock that she kind of invented off of her dad's own moves. Which, of course, Ric Flair, the figure 4. Although Bobbi Hart oddly taking her time getting back in the ring. Count already up to 8, rolls back in the ring. Don't think Charlotte Flair saw it coming. That is one of her finishing moves. Besides the sharpshooter, 2. And somehow Charlotte Flair kicks out in only 2. But again, oddly, the 4 horsewomen not getting involved. That's the other thing that we haven't really heard anything about it, but there's only 3 horsewomen. There's supposed to be that many. Bobbi Hart so far has done a great job really putting herself in the driver's seat to win this match. Charlotte Flair has got to get this turned around and quick. Now here we go. Look at that. Natalya distracting Charlotte. You would have thought it might have been the other way around with the kind of experience that Charlotte Flair has, that she wouldn't be falling for the shenanigans. Big boot, and this might be. Thought that was going to be where she tries to put her in the figure 8 leg lock. Bobbi, though, won't stay down long enough wisely. To give Charlotte that chance to actually get her in that figure 8 leg lock. Looked like she was trying to go for it. But here she goes. That is one of her finishing moves now. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And it's kind of weird. We haven't talked about this. We did see the referee go down to the ring with the 4 horsewomen. But now look at this. Not the same referee in the match. So here's how she does it. Initially puts her in the figure 4. Now goes to that bridge to complete the figure 8 leg lock. Is Bobbi going to tap out? Do we have a brand new Women's Universal Divas Champion? Referee right on top of this. Hasn't tapped out yet. And Bobbi Hart now fights through it. So both women have had multiple finishers done on the other one, and still neither one of them tagging out. Kind of shows you why they are who they are. Charlotte now up top. Oh! Bobbi rolled out of the way, thought she missed it. Charlotte rolls it again. 2, 3, and Charlotte Flair becomes your brand new Universal Divas Champion.
Here is your winner, the Universal Classic Champion, Charlotte Flair.
So Charlotte Flair bringing home the gold as the head of the Horsemen. Now you've got 2 really major titles being held by the 4 horsewomen. So that brings us down to the final 2 matches of the evening. The brand new, newly formed tag team of KVD and Strudel against Cecil Davis and Kipty Watson. And in our main event, Roman Reigns putting the World Smackdown title on the line against Eagle Star. This is one of the reasons why I don't like trying to put rivalry actions on a tag team, because it does stuff like this where it knocks it down to a one-on-one contest. Kind of like whatevs.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Hit Squad from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 226 pounds, Cecil Davis.
So Cecil Davis making his way down to the ring. One of the crazier things, you look at the tag team of the Hit Squad, one of the greatest tag teams, win percentage-wise, but have not won a World Tag Team title. Hard to believe. They won the titles right below that when we had an Intercontinental Tag Team Championship, but have not won the actual World Tag Team titles. Is that going to change in Season 4? No titles on the line right now, but I do have a feeling they are coming for those title belts, and they are probably coming for them very soon. So Strudel now making his way down to the ring, even though the primetime players not wrestling tonight. Strudel, representing the primetime players, will be facing off against Cecil Davis of the Hit Squad. And aren't these guys trying to figure out who is next in line to try to take on the newly crowned Smackdown Tag Team Champions? Could be. Could be just a grudge between the two of these guys. We'll have to wait and find out. So kind of interesting. Strudel kind of changing his look on stream the other day. You guys got to see it live. Got to choose his own hair. Strudel now rolling the leg quick. Cecil kicks out in one. Cecil Davis also not just known in the tag team division, also known as one of the greatest hardcore champions we have seen in our universe mode. Thought that we might start seeing runs like for the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, but says that in Season 4 right now, what he really wants to focus on is bringing home some tag team gold to the Hit Squad, making the Hit Squad's resume look a little bit better. So coming up right after this match, main event, Eagle Star will be taking on Roman Reigns, the head of the table for the Bloodline. Can Roman Reigns hold on to the title? Bloodline already having a bad night tonight by missing out on the tag team titles. Cecil now whips Strudel into the corner. 360 splash, rolls the leg, one. And Strudel out in one. Now Cecil does give up some size to Strudel. But typically Cecil has been giving up size to wrestlers when he was wrestling in that hardcore division or even in the tag team division like he's doing right now. Cecil now trying to get it turned back around, trying to get it set up for his finishing move. Now rolls the leg, two. And only a 2 count. Has him up. Brings him back down. Tries to roll the leg again. 1, 2, 3. And that is another quick match. It's almost like if we were going to have matches, what is he doing now? Oh, look at this. Cecil decided not to leave the ring. Now laying the boots to Strudel. Referee trying to get in his way. Gets it broken up finally, but this may not be over between the 4 of them. But like I was saying before, if the other night was all about long, hard-fought matches, tonight we've had some squash matches tonight. So it's good to see that we can have both sides of the matches. I'm good with all the sides of those matches. But now, the other thing is, Roman and Eagle decided not to bring either one of the factions down.
And it's for the Smackdown Championship.
But not to bring down either side, go one-on-one and determine who the winner's going to be. Eagle can't hardly even wait to get this thing going. Been waiting for this shot for a while. Has been doing some things where the other 3 horsemen got together and said, hey, I think it's time for Eagle to get his shot at the World Gold. Did take some doing, however. Roman Reigns not one to have this match on a Smackdown, but rather a pay-per-view. So it did take some persuading to get this match on the books tonight. Roman Reigns now making his way down to the ring. It's kind of interesting, too. We saw a little bit of The Rock on the last SmackDown. Rock hasn't been around wrestling for a while, but starting to show up more and more. Does it have to do with the bloodline? Does he like the direction the bloodline's going in? So far hasn't made any moves for or against the bloodline. Might not have anything to do with it at all, but definitely something to keep an eye on.
Introducing the challenger from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, Eric the Eagle Starman. And his opponent from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, he is the Smackdown Champion, Roman Reigns.
So here we go, introductions all done. Main event of the evening getting ready to get underway right now. Roman now passing the belt off to the referee. Now really, two referees have done well tonight. She's been one of them, and one has not done so well. That was the one that actually came down with the 4 horsewomen. But that kind of makes you wonder, is that referee in the back pocket of the Horsemen? Are they paying him? Why would he come down with the 4 horsewomen? Fluke? Accident? Or was it a message? Look at this. Eagle Star looked like Roman was going to get off to a fast start. Instead, Eagle Star gets it turned around really quick, and Roman's like, okay, hold on now. Maybe we're in a fight here. Eagle not letting him get them stairs, but Roman gets out of the way of that backflip. The referee has now gone out into the crowd for some reason. Maybe she is signing autographs. Roman now breaking up both sets of stairs. Maybe that's so you don't get thrown into them. Eagle covering up. Roman on top, trying to take that offense. Boot to the stomach. Thought Roman might have been going back after them steps now that he's got Eagle down on the ground. Notice no count outs. Falls can count anywhere. Eagle trying to get back to his feet. Roman playing it up to the crowd. Big mistake by the champion. And then pays the price with that slam. But then Eagle commits the same error. And Roman Reigns takes advantage of it too. Referee not knowing where to go. Already a 2 count on Eagle Star. Remember, on the outside, that's very thin matting on top of concrete. So the match will go much faster. A lot more damage being done on the outside of this ring. Look at this. Eagle tried to take advantage of the stairs. Roman says, get out of here at them stairs. Thought Eagle might have been going for the bear hug right there. Roman, though, gets around on him. Turns him around and gets in that weird slam. Now has Eagle in a submission hold. Is Eagle going to give up? Referee right on top of it. And no, Eagle is not going to tap out. Instead, gets things turned back around. Can he now take advantage of it? No, still pretty dazed from the whole thing. Gets the leg rolled up and a 3 count, and Roman Reigns will remain the Smackdown World Champion.
Here is your winner, and still Smackdown Champion, Roman Reigns.
I'm going to tell you, it's a tough thing, one, going up against Roman Reigns to try to beat Roman. That's its own thing, but then having the majority of the match on the outside of the ring, that makes for a very quick match in any case. You can even tell Roman Reigns on the moves that were done to him was slowing him down a little bit as well. So one of many, I am sure, of Eagle's runs at the world title. Might not have been successful this time, but we'll have to stay tuned and see if they will be in the future. Guys, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications. We make all the wrestlers, we write all the storylines, we make the title belts, the arenas, we turn off the commentators. I commentate, I watch it live as you guys watch it. So if that is something you're interested in, Hit all those buttons down below, absolutely free, and we will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.